The MTSR ranked last chance qualifiers just happened. There would be 100 people competing for the final 4 spot. They would do this by earning points. The faster you complete a seed compared to your peers, the more points you get. And if you don't complete a seed in time, you get 0 points. So, it was a grueling gauntlet of 100 players competing for the top 4 spots. But by the end of it all came down to these 6 main characters: Anko Boy, HDMI cables, NHB, Skycrab, Steez, and Jay. The first seed's the Savannah Village. Rannick is first into the fortress, and 7 round into the stronghold first with 11 eyes, but it's a 0-eyed. Leading to NHB getting first, Steez getting 5th, Jay getting 6th, Anko getting 8th, HDMI getting 11th, and Skycrab getting 17th. I'm gonna keep speeding through these early rounds to provide what is happening on the leaderboard through our 6 protagonists. You can see the runners started with points, and this is based off how they did in the season. Jay was the first one out of the automatic qualifier, so he had the most to start, while Skycrab was in 73rd, so he started with 0. Despite that, Jay only gets 35 more points, putting him far behind. After winning the first seed, NHB takes the early lead, but does not finish the next seed, so he gets passed up by Steez and HDMI. When this is happening, Skycrab is gaining ground quickly and getting up to 3rd by the end of seed 3. But HDMI and Steez both had a suboptimal seed 4, leading to 4 runners being within 7 points. So seed 5 would be a major momentum changer. Early in the Bastion, Skycrab dies. As the match continues, NHB gaps everyone. Steez and Anko Boy get 8th and 9th, and HDMI cables falls behind. He doesn't finish, and Jay does finish, but he gets 22nd. So now NHB has the lead, Steez in 2nd, and HDMI and Anko rounding out the top 4. Skycrab is close, but Jay has a chance to fall out of the race. But seed 6, NHB dies on the fortress, opening the chance for someone to take number 1. But who will capitalize? People look to Steez in 2nd place, but he would only get 16th. But people look to 3rd place, to Anko Boy, and 4th to HDMI, and they would both show up. HDMI got 2nd and Anko got 5th. So now, the top 4 were 5 points apart. But how did Skycrab and Jay do? They were the ones trying to make it into the top 4 spots. Skycrab would show up getting 9th, and Jay would get 4th. Now things were really closing in. In seed 7, who are the winners and losers? The winners are the people in this top group. Steez got 2nd, NHB got 6th, and HDMI got 10th. Then look at this bottom group. One of these runners would have to get the top 4. Anko took a big tumble after getting 20th. As for the other 2, they were just so far behind. Jay caught another good completion getting 8th, and Skycrab would get 14th. But there was time to make up ground. Now we are down to the top 10 runners, and each completion is worth even more. To put it simply, before the difference between getting in 2nd and 5th was 3 points, but now it's 8. So going into the 8th match out of 10, there was a lot on the line. As game 8 started, Steez died in the Bastion and could not recover. Jay, Anko Boy, and HDMI all entered the fort 5 seconds within each other, with Skycrab and NHB 10 seconds behind all up. But Skycrab would be first into the stronghold. Skycrab would also keep his lead, getting a necessary 1st place. Same with Anko Boy, who got 2nd and is also in that bottom group. And Jay would get 3rd, who is also in the bottom group. So now, no one in the top group was safe, but HDMI was trying to save himself and weather the storm, so he was able to get 4th. NHB would get 6th, and Steez would not finish. And just like that, Skycrab would climb into striking distance, NHB and Anko would tie for 2nd, and Steez was barely hanging on to 4th. With Jay lagging behind, making up ground. But now, these 6 runners were separated by 17 points. Coincidentally, the top 6 runners will move on to the final round. Loading in, the runners get looting, which is pretty cool. Jay needs points to catch up, so he enters another first sub of the group. They would all enter the fort at similar times, but then, in the top right, Jay forfeits, not enough eyes. Anko Boy had the same problem. But first in the group would be Skycrab, who got 2nd, followed up by NHB, HDMI cables, Steez, in that order. So now, because of the death, Jay would be out of the top 6, and HDMI, NHB, and Skycrab were pretty much locked for the top 4, leaving the final spot to be decided between Steez and Anko Boy. But there were 6 speedrunners, and these are only 5. So who else is competing for the final spot? And now, it's time to introduce you to the real main character of the story. Jacko would go to the tournament as a dark horse, and honestly, his play over the first 2 seeds would reflect that. He would fall behind, out of the main pack after the first 2 seeds. He would fall behind the main pack early, and would strike back in Game 3 with the second place. But after that, he would stay in last place of the main pack, up until Game 7, where only 10 people got to move on, so he needed an above average performance. And that's exactly what he got. He placed 11th out of 27th. He did survive, but he would be dead last out of everyone left. So Jacko would need to pass 2 of Akshay, Tudorul, and Anju. Tudorul would beat him, and the fact that he finished 2 minutes behind Tudorul meant that he was far behind the pack. But it didn't matter. When all hope seemed lost, both Anju and Akshay died. So now, he's in 8th out of the 8 runners moving on. But now, Jacko would have to pass one of the top 6 runners for a chance of moving on again. And 16 points behind Jay, it seemed impossible, until it started happening. And 16 points behind Jay, it seemed impossible, until it started happening.
Jacko and Tudor will basically probably have to win this next seed, because we're going to eliminate down to the bottom 6. Jacko needs to make up a 16-point gap to get to 6th place. Tudor needs to make up a 10-point gap. So it's possible that those runners can get it done, but they need, for 2nd place if you're a Jacko fan, if you're a Tudor fan. But more importantly, now granted, these seeds are checked manually, so I don't think that's possible. We're in the Bastion though. It's right here. We're on the Bastion.
On the Bastion. I told you, this is the seed, man.
Untraded. Like, maybe single triple could have worked. He's leaving so fast here, but he's got everything he needs. He's got a stack and a half a string. He's on 2 hearts. If he fails this Soul Sand speed bridge, he's dead. Unless he W boat clutch. Looting 1 with strays. Save him. Oh, like, how did we get that?
I don't know, Feinberg. This is very scuffed.
But we have to get that, right? We have to.
It's like 2 rods, I think, right?
It's a rod on the ground. We have to get that. But look at HMI cables, right? So comfy at the spawner. Jay, so comfy at the spawner. Jacko just spent all this.
Oh my god.
Apparently Steez died. Apparently Tudorul died.
Ooh, interesting. Okay.
But Jay close behind. Jacko close behind. HMI close behind.
So
yes, but I mean, Anko Boy was only Jay only 4 points behind.
True.
Jay maybe missed Stronghold. No, he's here. Like, it's still anyone's game. Yes, it's good that Steez died, but not Steez really specifically more than anybody else, I would say. Everybody's still
the room for Jacko.
Jacko finally finds the portal room first, and he needs 1st place to have a chance. He's 16 points behind 6th right now. Skycrab found it.
Skycrab's in.
What's the 0? Jacko has so many explosives. Back 1 and 8. 1 and 8s are way more chokeable because you got to hit that flat speed bridge. It's so much harder than the diagonal. Under nerves.
Let's see here. Looking good so far here for Jacko.
Especially like when you switch blocks or you look at chords. There goes Jacko. Skycrab. Soul Speed with the Soul Sand. He's up. Jay in the portal room. Jacko, one more bet. He should be good.
Jacko should be good. Skycrab as well, getting some points. That's very good for both of those runners.
Well, does Skycrab hit the 0?
Oh, wait. It looks like Jay's forfeiting.
There he goes.
Let's see what happened. Doesn't have enough eyes.
Wait, Jay doesn't have enough eyes? What just happened?
Yeah, Jay just forfeit. Doesn't have enough eyes. What, I guess sent 11. Or something. I didn't exactly see, but I assume just sent 11.
He has 7 minutes left on the seed, though.
Is that what Tudorul's doing as well? Tudorul might be doing that as well.
We gotta wait for the points, man. We gotta wait for the points.
I know. I'm just like, I'm with you. I'm just waiting on this board to update.
Wow, there it is. HDMI 135, NHB 132, Skycrab 128, Steez 119, Anko Boy 114, Jacko 111.
So now that we got here, while this is perfect for Jacko, he still is once again in 6th place out of the 6 remaining runners. For Steez to move on, he would have to beat Anko Boy and Jacko. For Anko Boy to move on, he would have to outplace Jacko and outplace Steez by 2. And for Jacko to win, he would have to outplace Anko Boy by 2 and outplace Steez by 2 to tie or 3 to win. But once again, with his back against the wall, Jacko was in the fortress 30 seconds ahead of Anko Boy and 2 minutes ahead of Steez. Skipping forward, Anko Boy would have a nightmarish post-blind split, removing him from the equation. Now, Jacko needs to outplay Steez by 2 for the tie and 3 for the win. Out of the 5 remaining runners, Jacko would enter the end first, Steez 5th. But now, it only comes down to the luck-based factor, the perch. Despite entering the end 4th, Skycrab will get the first perch and HDMI will get the second perch. So now, there are only 3 runners left, Steez, Jacko, and NHB. Jacko can no longer beat Steez, but he can tie him. The only way for that to happen is for Jacko to finish first, NHB to get second, and Steez to get third. But then, Jacko gets his perch, so step 1 is done. If NHB's Dragon perches before Steez's, then Jacko moves on to the tiebreaker. And as Steez's Dragon's in the perfect spot to perch, NHB's already perches. It has happened. Jacko has completed the comeback, finally not at a disadvantage after so many close calls. Wait, what is he doing?
HDMI gets second, so Jacko gets third.
Wait, I think Jacko's gonna tie. Jacko ties! Jacko ties!
Jacko Dixer. What?
Hi.
Oh my God, he's out.
Oh my
He
god.
just lobbed himself.
He just
he's
lobbed
dead.
himself.
Oh my God.
Oh my fuck.
What? Why did he do that?
Jacko,
my God.
I think
Oh my God, he lit himself on fire! Oh my God, he lit himself on fire! Oh my
He's
God,
dead.
he lit himself on fire!
he's dead. Hey, he got it! He got it! No, he didn't. He clicked respawn. Oh my God. Oh my God.
And that's it. After so many close calls, that is how it ends. Steez takes the 4th spot, Jacko's comeback falls short. On a lighter note, it was time for the matches to be decided.
Thinking about picking today.
I don't know. Everyone is so fast. It's so hard to choose someone, but
That's what we were just saying, yeah.
yeah. I think I'm gonna choose Steez because he's my friend, so even if I lose, he still gets to move on.
Right.
Up next.
Infume. Apparently, Infume. Sources are saying you're playing Pandora's Box right now.
Yeah, I'm kind of cooking right now. I'm not gonna lie.
This is amazing. All right, Infume, walk us through. Who are you thinking about picking here? What's going?
It was number 1, and I assume I don't know who EDCR picked, but in my mind that leaves it for beef salad.
Yes, EDCR did not pick Beef Salad, so Beef Salad is the number 1 player left still on this bracket. So we're gonna get Infume versus Beef Salad for a second match.
Gonna be a good match.
It's really between NHB and HDMI cables. But NHB just DM'd me saying please don't pick me, so I'm gonna pick HDMI cables.
Oh wow, there we go.
Yo, W lobbying, man. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do in the bracket. So shout out NHB for.
And I think Skycrab has more tourney experience, even if he hasn't played anywhere near as much ranked as NHB. So I'm gonna go with NHB just for the tourney experience.
Okay, I mean, I kind of see the vision, actually, like, low-key, I kind of see it now, but I don't agree, and I'm picking Skycrab.
Okay.
You're
What
more
did you
used
do?
to the 4 a.m. games than Blaze Mine is probably.
Yeah.
Is the
I don't think I've seen Blaze Mine live at 4 a.m. So
It's possible. And you are up at 4 a.m. to know if he's live or not. That's the
All right, Nahan, welcome to the booth. You don't get the best options here, but who are you thinking about picking?
This isn't good for us, Feinberg.
It's
But-
really bad, man. It's really bad.
But I'm gonna have to pick Loki.
You have to pick, unfortunately. So who are you thinking about picking? What's the thought process here?
I'll play hacks again. Like, I knew it was gonna happen. My only hope was that Infume was gonna RNG and hit him, or that Mungie was gonna play hacks because of the like friend thing. But like, I knew those were long shots, and then Infume rigged his stupid little randomness thing.